Yo, bro, you ready to go to the club?
Man, you gotta know I gotta grab my smell goods,
What
player.
you working with?
Be Central, man.
Be Central is static.
Man, Be Central is essential for your lifestyle, player.
Okay.
Guaranteed a bag of shorty or two.
You're right. Here you go.
Oh yeah, we out, man.
Ooh, man. Got red bottoms on. Life is good. You know what I mean?
Welcome to the Nah Mean Show. And it's your favorite host, NoFace Rell.
And shoot the artist, know what I mean?
And today we got Dblock kicking up with us in the back.
What up, though?
So we got a fire episode for y'all. If y'all don't see the progress that we are making every week, trying to get this thing right for y'all, you see it right here. So how's your week been so far, Shoot the Artist?
My week's been good so far. You know, it's been some crazy moves in the crypto world. One of my cryptocurrencies, it has a lawsuit against it, and they won a big battle in the war. That's the lawsuit, you know, so I'm happy about that. So my week was good so far. How about you, NoFace?
My week's been alright, man. I can't complain. It's definitely been one of those mixy weeks when a lot of things been going on. So we definitely gonna get into the topics to explain that. But just to give our farewell, rest in peace to Gilbert Gottfried. He was definitely a well-known comedian and definitely recognized his voice. And just rest in peace to him. He been on many shows, many voiceovers. So definitely condolences to him and his family. But to get right into it, is Elon Musk the real Lex Luthor?
Now he could be a Batman.
So we seeing in this week that he offered Twitter to buy Twitter. Like, that just sounds crazy.
For $48 million.
Yeah, 48 million. So what's the breakdown on this? Like, it just seemed like he's just trying to.
So basically, what Elon Musk said before he even put up the offer of the $48 billion to buy Twitter, he brought 10% of the company so he could be a majority shareholder, so he could have power on the board to control what the company does. Because he says he doesn't like how Twitter is censoring people's opinions and not allowing free speech. So now he's trying to double down and buy the whole company and make it go private. You feel me? So now it's no more public investors, but they naysay in a board. No, it's just private. Everybody can say what they want to say. Nobody get no type of disciplinary action. It's free speech, right? Just don't be trying to hurt people, I guess. You feel me? I don't know what the real.
I just see him just doing all this crazy stuff, like, and I mean, he don't stop, like, with the whole Cybertrucks when we was talking about that. How he's just stopped production and refund people, but they don't explain what he did with that deposit, that, you know, all the money that these people put down for that truck. Now there's been time that wrong, and
that money went to Twitter.
Yeah, it went to Twitter.
You have to flip that. Y'all getting it in 2023.
Then to top it off, he's dropping a new car, a Roadster Tesla. And he already got people putting deposits down for that. So it's just like, it's just crazy, man.
I mean, if I put down the deposit for the Cybertruck and then they come out of a Roadster, I'd be like, yo, take my money from the Cybertruck and put it toward this Roadster. Especially if it's less money than a Cybertruck, like, give me something.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes down. Seeing a Russian ship got hit by a Ukraine missile.
Oh, man.
Now you're starting to see a lot of fire back coming from Ukraine, and we didn't see that early in the beginning, and now we're starting to see some of these funds that we've been sending over there coming into play. But where does that put us, America, as an ally to Ukraine, helping them? Now, how should Russia look at us? They're gonna look at us as like an enemy. Now you're starting to want to make a type of war situation.
I mean, it's already war. Once Russia breached their borders, you feel me? Now it's like which sides are gonna pick sides? Because everybody wants to be the top world superpower. We got China chilling with Russia, you know. We got, what? I don't even know. Xi Jinping, you feel me? The Chinese president chilling with Putin over there. They trying to become the number one superpower. U.S. over here, we lacking. Biden in office not doing what he's supposed to do. You feel me? I mean, making us look weak.
That puts it at a real interesting situation just with those two countries, you know, and the relationships that they have and how close in culture that they are for them to be beefing like that. A lot of people on the front lines are really killing their family members.
That's true.
You know, and going back and forth. And a lot of people, because of just how that region is shaped, are naturally, you know, you might have friends in one part, or you might went to school. You want, you know, borders on this continent aren't like borders on the other side. So like a lot of things we're being told, or like a lot of things we're accustomed to, they're not accustomed to over there. So it might seem like, yeah, just Russia and Ukraine, but to them, it's almost like one people in politics. You know what I'm saying? And politics, again, becomes the problem because they're the ones that choose who goes where the troops, who dies, and why. You know what I'm saying? Most of these people are just going to work, living their life. And in this day and age, how is war still existent at that scale?
Yeah.
I mean, because greed.
And when you look at how many billions of dollars, like NoFace is saying, you know, America is dumping in, all these other countries is dumping in, it makes, you know, it questionable that the Ukraine even developed a missile capable of even damaging that ship the way it did. And
how definitely brought it from somebody.
Exactly.
Like,
you know, they have civilians right now volunteering because they barely have an army that can fight Russia. Now you have these...
Nah, they're not volunteering. They saying all men from 18 to 60 have to stay in the country and fight. Now, women civilians, yeah, they can volunteer if they want to.
Yeah, but now they lifted that a little bit because of certain things, but because of all the support that they've been getting from NATO, but it's like Russia is seeing it like, you know, we're fighting the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And they're not backing down. We're being told they're backing down, but they're not backing down at all.
Yeah,
they're only pushing the offensive. And if y'all think that Vladimir Putin is playing with anybody on this planet, I mean, we got another thing coming. So, you know, nuclear war is upon us until a lot of this shit is over, you know?
No, we're not getting no nuclear war.
I mean, even one will fuck up this planet in some way, shape, or form. Especially,
he got the one. They said if he was to drop it, you know, we all gonna live a different lifestyle.
I mean, every time one's been dropped, we live differently.
Right there.
He's out here trying to make a staple for himself, and I mean.
Speaking of the Ukraine, you know, to stay on topic. It was a NFT artist. His name was, hold on, what was his name? His name was Otto Kamas. And he led a 20-vehicle convoy into the Ukraine to retrieve 70 refugees to bring back to Spain. You feel me? So he went in there, guns blazing, fully strapped, 20 cars deep, and was able to get 70 people and bring them back to Ukraine. So all off the NFT money.
That's fire. So to lighten up the situation, we seen that Discovery, they recently closed a $43 billion deal with Warner Brothers to own Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Discovery?
Yeah. So they got a deal, and with this deal, they're looking to do a whole new overhaul on all three of these characters.
Like a whole new story?
Yeah, a whole new storyline. So it's going to be real interesting to see how this is about to unfold as far as with characters that we know in our whole lives.
Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman.
But I was speaking with D-Block in the back earlier, and he was explaining like we done seen Superman where he was different. It wasn't always just Superman like that. It was the crazy Superman. It was a bunch of stories behind with the whole Superman and Batmans and all the different superheroes and stuff. They got all different.
They could really take advantage of like the different storylines that was played out or halfway created back in the day. Kind of like not like what they did, what Disney did with Star Wars, but kind of like they could really recreate certain people's stories and push it because they have the licensing to. Like they could do the story where Bruce died, but his pops lived. You know what I'm saying? And the Joker or whoever the killer and shit like that killed Bruce and the wife. So you know what I'm saying? He's a different type of Batman. Like he uses guns, he drinks heavy and shit like that. He got the money. He fired Alfred and shit like that. Like he different. So they might play that story. Or the same thing with like Wonder Woman. She might have went off somewhere, got pregnant and shit like that. Had a couple kids. That's why she got kicked off the island. Like they really gonna make their money back by going crazy with the storylines to pull people back in. Like Superman might be bisexual.
Oh hell no!
This is what I'm saying to get the brand. They're gonna try to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I done seen them already push that
like
with Superman, his son and stuff like that.
But a positive note, a red light though, you know, some long forgotten black, you know what I'm saying, superheroes might be coming to light because of this too. You know what I'm saying? They might bring back Static Shock because of this and play into that whole storyline all over again. Or a few other things, you know, you never know. But it's just interesting to see what might happen because of it.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's dope. But just to get into this cologne right here, y'all see sitting this beautiful box. This right here is called Be Sensual. If you looking to go out, fellas, to a nice date, or whether you got a nice interview you want to go to or something like that, Be Sensual is essential. You know what I mean? So go to Be Sensual /official on Instagram to go get that purchase. All you gotta do is DM my brother Billy Johnson, and he'll definitely get this shipped out to you. Be Sensual. It's the real. But let's get back into some topics. So now we looking at Jack Harlow and Drake. They got a new song.
Okay.
And on this song, Drake actually takes some shots at Pusha T.
Oh man.
And we looking to see if this is gonna be like a part 2 situation, or is this just like some friendly fires that he's sending at one of his old enemies. So that's definitely a funny one to look out for.
Yeah, interesting.
So we'll definitely tune into that. But also, we seeing the baby. The baby. I think probably every once in a while we mention something with the baby regarding some violence, you know? So
yeah.
So in this situation, the baby was home and someone got shot.
What the fuck?
So he was at his North Carolina estate, and I'm guessing somebody trespassed his fence area or something like that, and the person wound up getting shot. And I didn't hear anything else other than that. No one was arrested or anything like that. And
where do you live at?
He lives in North Carolina.
Oh.
So.
See, don't trespass. That's the lesson in that. Don't be trespassing.
But it just seems like the baby is always getting in situations where like he's always got to like somebody's got to get shot in a situation. Like it's never.
Like where someone don't have to get shot situations?
Yeah. Like the whole Walmart situation, the whole guy in the jewelry store.
I mean, you don't know what happened.
Yeah, I wasn't there, but it's just like, man, this just keeps on happening.
Especially, it's like, they said he was trespassing. It was like, how is trespassing? It was like, just walking in front. Or you was in the back or the side of the house where you don't belong. Like, what are you doing on this side, on the fence?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you shouldn't even be on this other side. You shouldn't even be on the other side.
Now, if you was on the front lawn, okay, you came too far. Yeah, get the fuck off the lawn. Cool. But if you sneaking around, like, no.
Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to the baby team. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless of whichever way y'all want to throw it, that man has not been harmed. You know what I'm saying? So
especially with all the rappers' deaths and
exactly,
stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know.
facts.
So shout out to the man, you know what I'm saying, for keeping that hard work up and keeping men well fed.
They
because,
like
you know, he definitely deserved the help and the prayers and all the rappers out there, because it's crazy. It definitely is the most dangerous job in America. You know, there's 2 different police forces extra on you, and it's all about doing your art and speaking your freedom and speaking your piece or your side of it, regardless of however you choose to do it. It is your American freedom. You shouldn't be criminalized by it.
True.
But yeah, it shouldn't make it any more dangerous because of it. The second you do get any kind of success, and you shouldn't be a target because of it, and your family shouldn't be targeted because of your own success, because you could be equally as successful with being a car dealer
For real.
and your life won't be as in danger as being a rapper. So
That's a fact.
it's just a lot to think about right there. So
Yeah.
shout out to the baby team for doing that for him. I'm come home to his fam.
True. On some more baby situation, but I'm talking about actual babies.
Like a real baby.
Yeah. Nearly 30% of popular baby formula is sold out in the U.S. 30% is off the shelves. It's
Like all the time.
back ordered and all of that. So we just seeing a couple shortages on
Was it
different
baby
items.
boy?
But we seen, this was a headline that I did read today, and it just was like, yeah, so pretty much ladies, if you can, you know, try to breastfeed your child, you know, and you know, take the right supplements and all that stuff you gotta do to feed your child the right way, because we don't know if all this baby formula could just end up off the shelf. So
Yeah, just forever. They just can't. It's going to end up just like what Tesla did with the Cybertrucks, because they couldn't afford to make it no more. They stopped making it. They could get to a point to where it's so expensive to make the formula. They stopped making it. Then what they going to do?
exactly.
Ladies, what the fuck is formula? Like, first of all,
Yeah.
yo, y'all wild. Like, that shit.
This
learn how
baby
to-
formula is good for the baby.
That
It's
is terrible
nutrients.
for the babies,
It's
bro.
nutrients and all that.
Hell no. Like, y'all better learn how to boil a carrot, buy a puree or something. Feed them potatoes. Let me tell you something. Them baby formula been terrible since forever.
But people don't die of baby formula.
Nah, they just get all kinds of fucked up conditions that start off their life to get used to having all kinds of toxic things. Like, honestly though, we gotta wing our kids off of these sugars, off of these corn syrups, off of all of that, and really get right, because it really is affecting their brain, the way they act and their emotions, and even like how they growing up to things and stuff like that, and being more conscious. Like everything, when we walk into a store and stuff like that, probably the only thing that's truly healthy for us in that store is the bottled water, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And understanding, like, for them to be able to point out the same evils and everything too. Like, oh, nah, this ain't gummy bears, this is pork rings.
Yeah, this is boiled pork.
The type of shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with the baby formulas. Like, you know, all the stories about how many kids that mess up and all the birth defects and all kinds of, well, not birth defects, but like all kind of conditions that kids get from having that. It gets swept under the rug real quick, but they tell you it's good for you, you know? When at the same time, nobody's stopping you from making mashed potatoes.
But yeah, to get into the crypto talk.
Okay, I got
this
you
week.
On the crypto talk.
Some fire. I know we dropping them facts on us.
So listen, y'all. It's some new interesting things going on in this first topic, right? This company called Somnium Space, right? Its founder, Arthur Sokius. I don't know where I think he's from the Netherlands or something, some European country. Listen, he's creating a metaverse to where, say for example, you pass away. If they have enough data on you, they could create an AI version of you in that metaverse that could continue living on as you, in a sense, and they could talk to your kids, your grandkids, great grandkids. All they gotta do is go to the metaverse and access it and talk to this metaverse you. But the only way it could work is if it collects a substantial amount of data from you. So that's from like the way you move, the way you talk, the way you laugh, the way you make jokes, your sense of humor, all that. If it records over X amount of time, they could create a whole replicate AI version of you in the metaverse. You feel me? And it's called Live Forever mode. You know? So basically, if you want to be part of the program, you have to pay for it. That way, it's no legal issues. You know, you can't say no one is spying on you because you're paying for the service. But you're paying to essentially, in the future, 100 years from now, your kids and grandkids will be able to talk to you, have a full conversation with you, but you go be an AI. You know? So, yeah.
How you feel about now? Is that something that you will be into doing?
Me personally, yeah, I'm into that because I wish I could talk to like my grandfather or like great grandfather and be like, hey, how you feel about that? And to know that this AI has the same exact thought process or pattern or say similar phrases that my actual grandfather would say based off of his real time alive, that's amazing. You know,
now, so I do understand that, and that's definitely cool, but don't you think it's kind of playing with God and just the peace of, like, you know, the natural way of like a person dying, you know, like you're supposed to rest in peace, like they say, you know, like
the interesting
don't you
part,
think that would mess with
the interesting part, the co-founder himself said that most people don't know how to feel like if one of their loved ones passed away, and to know that it's just a metaverse version of them just wandering around in the metaverse, just living and acting as its own. It's thinking it's a real person, but it's an AI. But it has everything from your loved one downloaded into it. You know, and it's just out there. So if you get access to this metaverse, you can essentially go talk to your loved one and they'll respond to you like, yeah, oh, you're so-and-so, hi there, XYZ. You feel me? It's going to feel authentic for like the first 10, 20 minutes, depending on how much data they get.
Yeah.
You know, so the next thing, you know, this one for my NFT people, you know, the famous NFT marketplace Wearable. You know, they're finally integrating Solana NFT. So if you know what Solana is, that's a whole different cryptocurrency, a whole different blockchain than Bitcoin, Ethereum, XYZ. Wearable originally just was running on Ethereum. So it was only taking Ethereum and all Ethereum coins. Now they're taking Solana. The main thing with Ethereum is that the gas fees are low. No, I mean the gas fees are high. You feel me? So when they integrate Solana into the NFT marketplace, the gas fees will be low and more people will be able to get into it. Because right now it's like if you're not into crypto, then you wouldn't get it. But basically it's like, you know how different people got their different sports teams? Well, different people got their different cryptos. You got Team Bitcoin, you got Ethereum supremacists, you feel me? You got Solana supremacists. So you got different people voting for different cryptos. You know, so the fact that Wearable is taking a step to implement Solana into his marketplace is a big step for it. You know, next one. What you was gonna say?
I said that's dope.
Yeah, definitely dope. You know, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy says Amazon might be selling NFTs in the future. You know, they don't know yet. They're still exploring the technologies, trying to explore the use cases they could use for it. But they said they definitely been talking about it, thinking about it. You know, they even got their own little Amazon crypto team they putting together just to tackle the situation. You know, also, Germany, surprisingly, is the most crypto-friendly country on the planet. You know, who would have known? At first, it was Kazakhstan, you know, but if y'all didn't know, like 2 months ago, Kazakhstan had an internet blackout. And I don't know if they still going through it, but literally their whole internet got shut down. And if y'all ain't know about Kazakhstan, that was basically the #1 place where Bitcoin was being traded. You feel me? Like, US was #1 in Bitcoin mining, but actually the Bitcoin being used and adopted was Kazakhstan. But since they had an internet blackout, they off the map. So now the next country after that is the most friendly is Germany. So for my crypto enthusiasts, check out Germany, see what they doing over there. No, last but not least, I got a little sports tip for y'all. We got the Dallas Cowboys. They just made a deal with blockchain.com, you know, to start paying their players in cryptocurrency, you know, or making deals and doing cryptocurrency related events for the communities and stuff like that. So as y'all see in the news or do your research, cryptocurrency is slowly but for surely being adopted into mainstream. But right now it's just the cryptocurrency. So it's just like I'm buying a Bitcoin, I'm gonna hold it, XYZ. There's a lot of extra stuff to doing it, but all that extra stuff is not being adopted mainstream. NFTs is cool, it's picking up a lot of steam, it's picking up a lot of traction, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna hurt yourself, Yeah. So do your research. And that's it for my crypto bit.
So shout out to Shoot the Artist with the crypto talk. And we're gonna jump into this. So allegedly, I'm hearing Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, they are split. And we know that Rihanna's pregnant right now with ASAP Rocky's child right now. And they're saying that ASAP Rocky, he cheated on her. And I just find it a little funny that, because they have like a crazy sex life already, if you ask me, And ASAP Rocky, he's mentioned that, and I just find it funny. But hopefully they didn't split up, because there definitely was a dope couple that I seen recently. In other news, we seen 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine. I don't really like mentioning this guy, but he was in Bed-Stuy doing a video, his new video, and he got about 8 guys with him. He obviously paid these guys to clap in the video.
Yeah.
And if you look at the video, a lot of the guys is just lookouts. You can see in their face, they just kind of looking around the area. And I'm seeing on the internet, a few people are saying the streets is dead because he was able to do that in Bed-Stuy. But honestly, I feel it was a 2-minute video. He was out there on a swivel, He was out there risking it, and nothing happened to him, And
he just jumped out the car real quick, walked down the block, and then walked back to the car.
I guarantee he was not chilling over there. So, other news, we seeing down more in Brooklyn, seeing a guy who shot 33 shots
in the train station.
In the train station, man. This was in Sunset Park area of Brooklyn. Surprisingly, they got 10 people got hit, and surprisingly, nobody died on that train.
That's great.
But they was able to catch him. His name is Frank James. I just find it crazy that in a big city like New York, they was able to find him so quick. The very next day, but they said that he basically his key was dropped. A U-Haul key was dropped on the train, and he had rented that van, and that was his getaway car pretty much. So they got like pretty much the information led back to him. So we'll see how that escalates.
The New York Times said that he called in.
Yeah, I seen that. He called a tip in.
He called in the tip line. That's how they tracked him down.
Which I find is...
Yeah, you never know. It's like they're always telling you something.
So then I'm seeing a couple people on the internet are basically like, this guy's possibly a cover-up to make the public...
scared or panicked
or make the public be more calm, like, hey, we caught the guy. So, but it's like, I don't know.
And why create the scare if y'all just y'all want to show the faith in the NYPD? Like, look, we did it.
Yeah, we did something good. So
we found him.
I hope that's the guy they caught, and hope nothing like that happens again anywhere. We seeing Tyga the rapper. He's being sued by Vans because he recently came out with his own sneaker, and it has like pretty much the same aesthetics as a Vans shoe, but just in a different way.
And he just re-rocked it a little bit.
And they're basically suing him for that. So that's been some recent news that I did hear. So we'll see how that goes. To get into the Black Man Vent, this segment is definitely brought to you by Be Central. So make sure y'all go cop up that Be Central. But we're going to be talking about changing your mentality. And not just changing your mentality for success. To get further in life. So first off, you got to get rid of the victim mentality. Nothing holds someone back more than a person that sees themselves as a victim. Why? Because the victim is not responsible for their situation. Every problem is someone else's fault. So let's get rid of that victim mentality and find out you are that person in the mirror.
That's a fact.
You are controlling your destiny. Nothing outside, nothing should affect on what you do. Number 2, identify your purpose. What is your goal? What is your essential? And these are like essential questions to ask yourself. And just try to find out what you good at or something that you like doing all the time, and try to just get that right, and you're gonna change your mentality. But number 3, you must have a vision. If you don't have a vision, you're just gonna be lost. And
that's a fact. You don't want to be out here in the world lost, confused.
Exactly. So make sure you have a focus. And I'm not saying the vision gotta be some dream job where I'm about to do this crazy job. Just visualize yourself where you want to be at when you're older. Just think about that, and think about all the hard work you got to do to get there, and pretty much that's it. Number 4, fight the negativity. You may hear negative things from others, and it may make you become less motivated. Ignore the distractions and stay concentrated on the actions you need to do to get where you got to go, Number 5, surround yourself with positive people. I think on like every episode, I probably say that. Surround yourself with positive people. Because when you got positive people around you, they lift you up, and that bounces off all the ideas you get from each other, and just being positive. But also, you got to be able to accept constructive criticism from others and stuff like that. And I don't mean like anything a person say, listen to, but you got to be able to filter out what everybody else is saying. Number 6, be inspired by others. Don't envy. If you see people is doing better in life and that's where you want to be, don't look at them like, oh, I hate that they're in this position, that should be me. Look at them and see what's their lifestyle, how they move, how they eat, how they post on Instagram and stuff like that. Those are things you can look at to see to further yourself in life. Number 7, don't be afraid to fail. You got to learn from all your failures and take some key information from that when you do go through these failures. You got to be able to take that shot. You got to take that risk. It's going to happen. You're going to fall. But guess what? You'll be able to get up and learn and be able to try again another day.
That's a fact.
And that's pretty much the wrap up with the Black Man Vent segment. We just kicking it here on Thursday like we normally do.
Nah, man.
I'm NoFace Rell.
I'm Shoot the Artist.
We got D-Block in the back.
What up, though?
We got G on the lenses. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Dude.
Shoot.